What if life wasn't about reaching a final destination, but about enjoying every single step along the way? That's not just poetry. It's the core of what Alan Watts taught. He wasn't your usual philosopher with dusty books and stiff words. He was the kind who could make you laugh while teaching you the deepest truths. And, in his own unique way, he helped millions rethink what it means to live.
Alan was born in England in 1915, a boy with a boundless curiosity and a love for questions that didn't have easy answers. While other kids were outside kicking balls, young Alan could often be found lost in books about Buddhism, Taoism, and the strange and beautiful philosophies of the East. Even then, he wasn't just looking for information, he was looking for meaning.
In his 20s, he crossed the Atlantic to America and became an Anglican priest. His sermons drew people in, not because they were traditional, but because they were alive. Yet inside, Alan kept asking himself, is this the whole story? Is there more to the human spirit than rules and rituals? Those quiet questions eventually led him to walk away from the pulpit.
What he found next would define the rest of his life. Zen Buddhism, Taoist philosophy, the Hindu understanding of self and the universe. Alan didn't just read about these ideas, he lived them. He meditated in temples, learned from masters, and then, in his uniquely British voice and wit, began sharing them with the West in a way that felt fresh, simple, and profoundly human.
Among the countless ideas he shared, one stood out to many. Muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. Simple words, yet they hold a lifetime's worth of wisdom. He loved using metaphors like this because they worked. You didn't have to be a scholar to get it. You just had to think about your own life, and suddenly, it made sense. When water is stirred up, the more you try to make it clear by swishing it around, the cloudier it gets. But if you leave it be, in time, it settles on its own. Watts believed life works the same way. The harder we try to control everything, our careers, our relationships, even our own thoughts, the more tangled and stressful things become. But when we step back, give space, and trust the process, clarity has a way of finding us. Through the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, Alan became a voice for a generation hungry for something beyond the ordinary. His books sold by the thousands. His radio talks reached across continents, and his lectures filled rooms with people eager to listen. He wasn't giving people answers, he was helping them see the questions differently. That was his magic. He reminded us that chasing happiness often pushes it further away, that life isn't a problem to solve, it's a song to dance to, even if you don't know all the steps, and that the point of the dance isn't to get to the end, but to enjoy each movement while it's here. One of his simplest but most freeing reminders was this: you are under no obligation to be the same person you were 5 minutes ago. You can start fresh right now. You don't need permission. Every moment offers a new chance to begin again, lighter, freer, and more yourself than ever before. So, if you were to take just one lesson from Alan Watts, maybe it's this: live fully, trust the flow, and let life unfold in its own time. Which of his words stays with you the most?